Ever wondered how a piece of wood turns into a beautiful piece of furniture? The art of carpentry is a journey that starts with a humble log and ends in a masterpiece. It's a craft that has been passed down through generations, shaping our homes and lives in more ways than we realize. The allure of carpentry lies not just in the final product, but in the process of creation itself. Every stroke, every cut, every join shapes the wood, transforming it from a simple, raw material into something truly unique. It's a process that requires skill, patience, and a deep respect for the material and the craft. The satisfaction of creating something with your own hands, of seeing a piece of furniture take shape from a raw log, is unparalleled. It's not just about building furniture, it's about crafting a story, a legacy that will stand the test of time. Join me as we unravel the magic of woodworking step by step. Just like a painter needs his brushes, a carpenter needs his tools. In the world of carpentry, your tools are your best friends. They're your paintbrushes, creating masterpieces from simple planks of wood. Let's get to know some of these indispensable tools. First up, we have the hammer. Now, this isn't just any old hammer. A carpenter's hammer is a tool of precision, with a flat face for driving nails and a claw for pulling them out. A good carpenter knows his hammer like the back of his hand. Next, let's talk about saws. They come in various types and sizes, each designed for a specific kind of cut. We have the handsaw, the circular saw, the jigsaw, and the bandsaw, among others. Each one has its own unique use and is a vital part of any carpentry toolkit. Then we have the squares. These are used for marking out precise angles. The most common types are the tri-square and the combination square, but you'll also find speed squares and framing squares in a well-equipped workshop. Don't forget about the measuring tapes. A carpenter's measuring tape is a bit different from the kind you might use for sewing or DIY projects. It's sturdy, retractable, and usually has measurements in both inches and centimeters. Now let's not forget about safety. In this craft, safety is paramount. We're talking about gloves to protect your hands, goggles to shield your eyes from dust and debris, and sturdy footwear to keep your feet safe. Remember, no masterpiece is worth getting hurt over. Finally, we have clamps. These are like an extra pair of hands, holding your work in place while you cut, drill, or sand. They come in all shapes and sizes, from tiny C-clamps to large bar clamps. These are just a few examples of the tools you'll need in carpentry. There are many more tools out there, each with its own purpose and use. But for a beginner, these are the essentials. With these tools in your arsenal, you are well on your way to becoming a skilled carpenter. Wood is the canvas on which a carpenter paints. As we delve into the world of carpentry, understanding the medium we're working with, wood is of primary importance. There's a vast array of wood types, each with their distinctive characteristics. Let's start with hardwoods, derived from deciduous trees that lose their leaves annually. Oak, maple, and walnut are examples of hardwoods. They're generally more durable and denser, ideal for furniture, flooring, and construction. Then we have softwoods, from coniferous trees that retain their leaves all year round. Pine, spruce, and cedar are softwoods. These are lighter and easier to work with, making them suitable for interior furnishings, window frames, and crafting. Next up, we have engineered woods, like plywood and MDF. These are man-made from wood particles or fibers bound together. They're cost-effective, uniform in structure, and great for a variety of indoor applications. Each type of wood has its unique grain patterns, colors, and textures. An oak's grain is straight with a pronounced pattern, making it an aesthetically pleasing option for furniture. Cedar, on the other hand, is known for its aromatic quality and natural resistance to rot, which lends itself well for outdoor projects. Wood's behavior is another aspect to consider. Wood expands and contracts with changes in humidity and temperature. For instance, solid hardwoods are more prone to warping than engineered woods, which are designed to be more stable. Understanding these behaviors helps in choosing the right wood for your project and can save you from potential pitfalls down the line. We should also mention wood's sustainability. As a renewable resource, wood has a lower carbon footprint than many other materials. However, responsible sourcing is key. Look for woods certified by organizations like the Forest Stewardship Council, ensuring they come from responsibly managed forests. In essence, understanding wood is not just about knowing its types and characteristics. It's about appreciating its beauty, respecting its nature, and recognizing its role in sustainable living. It's a journey into the heart of carpentry. Knowing your wood is the first step to creating a masterpiece. The art of carpentry starts with a single cut. Now let's delve into the fundamental aspect of carpentry: cutting. You see, it's not just about hacking away at a piece of wood, it's about precision, patience, and the right technique. Every cut begins with marking out. Using a pencil and a square, mark the line where you intend to make your cut. Remember, accuracy at this stage is paramount. A slight deviation from your mark could result in a piece of wood that's too short, or a joint that doesn't quite fit. Once you've marked your line, it's time to pick up the saw. Hold the handle firmly, but not too tight. Your grip should be enough to control the saw, but not so much that your hand tires quickly. Position the saw at the edge of the wood, aligning the blade with the marked line. Now, the sawing begins. Start with a few short back and forth strokes to create a groove. This groove will guide the saw for the rest of the cut. Then, gradually increase the length of your strokes, using the full length of the saw blade. The rhythm of your sawing should be steady and measured, not rushed. As you saw, keep an eye on the line, making sure the blade stays on track. If you notice the saw veering off course, don't panic. Simply slow down, correct your angle, and continue. Once the cut is complete, you'll likely be left with some rough edges. This is where finishing comes in. Using a piece of sandpaper or a file, smooth down the edges until they're nice and even. This not only makes your piece look more professional, but also eliminates potential splinters. The art of cutting is a balance between speed and accuracy. It's about taking the time to do things right, to ensure each piece fits perfectly into the grand design. And so, as we wrap up this segment on cutting, let's not forget the golden rule of carpentry. Remember, measure twice and cut once. Now that we have our pieces, it's time to put them all together. Joining wood pieces together is both an art and a science. This is where all the magic happens, where individual pieces come together to form something new, something functional, and something aesthetically pleasing. It's the final stretch in your journey from a humble piece of lumber to a finished product. There are several ways to join pieces of wood, each with its unique benefits. Gluing, screwing, and nailing are the most common methods. Let's delve into each one briefly. Gluing is a powerful technique, often underestimated. When done properly, it can result in an incredibly strong bond. You apply a thin layer of wood glue on the surfaces that you want to join, press them together, and wait for it to dry. It's straightforward, but requires patience. The key here is to ensure you have a good, even spread of glue, and that you give it ample time to dry. Next up is screwing. Screwing is an excellent method for when you want a secure join that can also be taken apart if needed. To screw pieces together, you first drill a pilot hole, then drive the screw in. This prevents the wood from splitting. It's important to choose the right size screw for the job. Nailing, on the other hand, is quick and easy. It's perfect for when you need to hold pieces together temporarily or for less load-bearing joints. The art of nailing lies in hammering the nail in straight and flush with the surface of the wood. Regardless of the method you choose, the importance of a secure and neat join cannot be overstated. It not only ensures the longevity of your creation, but also greatly enhances its visual appeal. It's the difference between a project that looks handmade and one that looks handcrafted. And just like that, you've built something with your own two hands. Now, how satisfying is that? The beauty of carpentry lies in this transformative process, this ability to create, to build, and to contribute something tangible to the world. And you, my friend, are now a part of it. A piece of furniture is not complete without its finishing touches. After all the cutting and joining, we can't just leave our creation bare and unadorned. This is where sanding, staining, and varnishing come into play. Sanding is like giving the wood a good scrub, smoothing out any rough patches and imperfections. It's like prepping the canvas before the paint goes on. Next, we have staining. This is how we enhance the natural beauty of the wood, bringing out its unique grain and character. You can think of it as applying makeup to the wood, accentuating its natural features rather than covering them up. Lastly, we have varnishing. This is the protective layer that keeps the wood safe from scratches and spills. It's like the shield that protects the warrior, ensuring the wood can withstand the test of time. So you see, these final steps are not just about aesthetics, they also enhance the durability of our creation. And there you have it, from a piece of wood to a piece of art.